President Trump is threatening to send the National Guard to more cities in the U.S. During an Oval Office meeting with the leader of Poland, the president was asked about using federal troops to crack down on crime and how far he's willing to go.
I could do that with Chicago. We could do that with New York. We could do it with Los Angeles. So we're making a determination now. Do we go to Chicago or do we go to a place like New Orleans? We're going to be going to maybe Louisiana. And you have New Orleans, which has a crime problem. We'll straighten that out in about 2 weeks. It'll take us 2 weeks.
And CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes joins us now. Nancy, good to see you. New Orleans there certainly stands out from the others, at least in terms of who is making that request. So why is the president now focusing there?
Because the governor of Louisiana, Nancy, is a Republican, Jeff Landry, who is welcoming the president and the National Guard into his state with open arms. And you can't say that for the other states that are on the president's list, most notably Illinois and Maryland, where the governors have asked the president, pleaded with the president not to send the National Guard into Chicago and Baltimore. So even though just yesterday the president was saying that he was definitely going to be sending the National Guard into Chicago and that it was just a question of when, today he was singing a much different tune, saying that he's weighing whether to send the Guard into a state like Illinois, where he's not wanted by the governor, or a state like Louisiana, where he is. And the reason that he's leaning that way is because from a public relations perspective, from a legal perspective, his life is a lot easier if he sends the Guard somewhere that it is wanted. We've seen in California, the president sent the Guard there a few months ago. They filed suit, and just this week, a federal judge said that the president violated the law in the ways in which he used the National Guard once it was mobilized in the state.
Nancy, you bring up that back and forth, especially with Illinois. Yesterday, though, just yesterday, President Trump said, quote, "We're going in," when he was asked about sending troops to Chicago. So what is the status now?
So now it's really unclear. He says that they are actively weighing their options right now. He argues that crime is bad in parts of New Orleans, just like he feels it is bad in Chicago. In Chicago, the difference is that the mayor is arguing and the police chief are arguing that they can handle the crime situation there themselves. They argue that crime is on the decline. It's on the decline in New Orleans as well, but the president still believes that it could be lower and that he could mobilize the Guard to help make it lower. The challenge is that the National Guard, while it has a presence in a city like D.C. where we are, you see them out on the streets, they can't really by law perform most law enforcement functions. So they're mostly there to serve as a deterrent to crime. That's happened here in D.C. We'll see if it lasts once the Guard is gone. We'll see if the president can make the same thing happen in New Orleans.
Nancy Cordes, always good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.